Okay guys, I'm going to show you something really cool. This is a new feature that we have added into Optimization Alpha, and it's doing something that I've really been looking forward to being able to use for quite some time. In Google we have the new featured snippets areas. Okay, let me just pull over this Google search here that I've done. I put in the keyword service dogs, and you can see down here this snippets area here. People also ask. Now if I click on that, it's going to expand and it's going to give me some more questions and answers, and you can see that Google thinks that these are the most relevant answers to to these particular questions. Okay, and it will give you the title of the web page, and it will tell you the URL of the web page as well. Okay, so that's basically something that we can use in a very cool way to drive a lot of traffic to one piece of content if we can optimize one piece of content for a sort of Q&A type of article, for the purpose of getting feature snippets, high traffic keyword phrases, and also being able to monetize. And the easiest way to monetize this kind of thing is going to be AdSense, without a doubt, because we do not need to do any selling, but you can put some Amazon products, eBay products, or whatever you want to do there, especially if you're doing some drop shipping stuff yourself. Okay, so let's come over into Optimization Alpha, and you can see here I've got Google related questions. Now what we need to do is click on this one up here, related questions, and we can click on that and it will pull back the answers. Now notice that here this gave us four questions to begin with the answers. Okay, and as we start digging deeper and deeper, it just keeps expanding. What we have done here is we're able to pull back 20 questions within a few seconds. Okay, we do not want it to go too deep, because you can start to sort of go away from the service dogs keywords as I've got here, or your seed keyword. You can start to drift off, okay, a little bit too far away. So we want to keep it relevant, we want to keep it very tight, so that we can create content that we can rank for high traffic keywords. So let me just show you what that would look like as well. Now just go over into Niche Reaper here, which is a tool that you can get hold of for $47. I'll put a link. It's actually selling this for $197 or $147 in some places. I've got a link there, you can get it for $47. Now I like this tool if it's used correctly, and I'll show you how I think it should be used correctly. You can see here, if I type in the word dog, okay, and it pulls up sort of clusters of keyword phrases that would be easy to group together in one article. And what's important about this is when we start to see the search volume, we've got 1,000 search volume for this particular keyword phrase, 480 for this one, 390 for this one, 1,600 for this one, and you can start to see quite quickly within Niche Reaper these sort of groups of very closely related keyword phrases. Okay, let's try again for dogs. Okay, let's see what comes up, and you can see here again it's going to show you some different things. We've got bone cancer, we've got belladonna, all that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of kind of keywords that are closely related. Here's another one here, service dogs for vets. Okay, dogs for veterans, VA service dogs for veterans. Okay, when we start to look at the AdSense value in here as well, you can see $11, $34, $30, $61. That is per month estimated earnings if you've got a sort of #1 position. So you can see that you can make good money from one piece of content if you can structure that content correctly, which takes us back into the software to give us that opportunity that we can go and find the questions and the answers, and we can construct an article that we can first of all use for a YouTube description, just like this. Okay, we don't really need to do any changes. You can change an odd word here and there, but this is actually Google optimizing your content. So you want to put this in something like a YouTube description, and you can see here that we can actually update videos, or we can use this to upload videos into YouTube with this description, okay? But we can also upload it into WordPress, where we would want to build this out a little bit more. Maybe get someone on iWriter.com or something like that to write these paragraphs out more, to go and do some reverse engineering on these particular websites that are ranking for these feature snippets, and build them out, rewrite the articles so that we can go after their rankings and try and take this snippets spot and get on page 1 in Google for high traffic keywords. So you can see here what it's doing is it's pulling back the questions, the answers, and the website, and it's telling you the title of the web page as well. Okay, now let's come back over into Niche Reaper. I want to show you something very, very cool. If I just drill down a little bit in here, which you can do in Niche Reaper as well. So the sort of theme here that I've got highlighted at the moment is service dogs. If I just go into service dogs, and I've got to fix my typo here. Okay, let me refresh the page. Now, Niche Reaper is a great tool if you use it in the way that I'm showing you. It does tend to get stuck sometimes, and if that does happen, don't worry, just refresh the page and put your keyword back in, and it will start to pull back results. Now look at this, service dogs, PTSD service dogs. You got a lot more of these keyword phrases when you put in the actual name service dog. So you can drill deeper in here as well. Now if we look at the AdSense value here, if we just sort it, let's do it descending, so that we got the highest amount first. You can see service dogs itself, that keyword is $556 per month. Okay, then we come down to service dogs for sale, 66. And when we're looking at traffic volumes here, you can see there's a lot of traffic for that particular topic of service dogs. Okay, so with this kind of information, we can take this further by taking all of these keywords, putting them into Longtail Pro if you want to, and you can come up with a whole bunch of keywords in here. Okay, because the good thing about Longtail Pro is that you can click on this little button over here, and you can expand with 20 Google AdWords suggested keywords. Okay, so I'm guessing they're sort of reverse engineering some AdWords ads, and so it pulls back a whole bunch more keywords. Okay, now the best thing to do with this when you're using it is to put a filter on, and make sure you've got search volume greater than 500, and make sure you've got keywords containing, and put a word in there that's going to keep you on topic. So I've put in the word service, okay, because sometimes you get service animals and stuff like that, which we could actually get rankings for. Okay, so when we start to look down here and we're looking at the competition, you can see registered service dog, according to Longtail Pro, it's not going to be hard to rank for. Now I might disagree with that, but when you start to put all of this together in sort of longer form Longtail questions format, and get page 1 and get those snippets, then this traffic can build. We're looking at 22,200 search volume for that particular keyword. Okay, service dog for anxiety could be easier in my opinion to rank for that, 6,600. Okay, psychiatric service dog, 4,400. You can see how this gets really powerful. Okay, so how do we use this information with the new feature that we got in Optimization Alpha? Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to highlight all of these, I'm going to checkbox all of these, and I'm going to click to send to imported keywords. Now if I go into the imported keywords over here, you can see that we've got all those questions being pulled in here. Okay, so we don't lose them, and that means I can come back over to related service in here, and let me just remind myself what that keyword was that I spotted there. Psychiatric service dog. Okay, let's just copy that, see if we can find for psychiatric service dog some more questions. Okay, let me just clear this and I'll do it one more time. I'm going to put the keyword in here. psychiatric service dog. So when I click on related questions, it's going to pull that in automatically up here. So we had to build this with the browser just to make sure that we could scrape properly. And you can see we have got the people also ask box here. Usually takes about 30-45 seconds. And it's even got a feature snippet in here for that particular keyword phrase. So if you can get your feature snippet spot as well as the people also ask, then you can be driving a lot of traffic, because that is going to take the most traffic. Just give it a second and it will finish off, and it's going through each one of them. What it's doing is it's scraping each question that it finds here, and it's finding like 4 answers and 4 answers and 4 answers for each one of these. So we just let it do its work, and this way we're pulling back relevant answers or relevant questions without going too far away from where we started. So you can see we've pulled in 20 questions. Okay, so now I've got a whole bunch of keywords that is based on psychiatric service dog. I could do one whole article on that, just on that. Okay, and when we look at Longtail Pro, you can see here that we've got 4,400 monthly searches. If I just come back in here and I put in the word psychiatric service dog, let's see what happens. Okay, I've only got 2 back so far, but what we can do is we can click on here. We can click on here. Maybe we'll get some more coming back. Don't forget that I put in that it must have a minimum volume of 500. Now you can click this a few times and hopefully you will get lucky and get some more coming back. If you do not, then what we can do is we can put psychiatric service dog and psychiatric service dog training within our main article, so that we've got one article that covers many questions, and this will be 2 keywords that we will include. Okay, so come back over to the tool again. Psychiatric service dog has got a whole bunch of questions that we can use to get into the snippets, and Google is telling us how to optimize our content here. This is really powerful stuff, guys. Really powerful stuff. Okay, let's see. What does a psychiatric service dog do? And what I can do here is I can just checkbox it, copy the clipboard, come over here, and I can paste it. Now I can choose if I want to keep that title in here, which I don't want to do, or if I want to keep that link in here as well, which I don't want to do, because all I want to do is just maybe rewrite this a little bit and use it for YouTube description to begin with, so that we're giving ourselves as much relevancy as we can, and then have somebody write this out even more for me, which will cost no more than $10-11 if I go over to iWriter.com, and then we can put that into WordPress, okay, and we can format it in WordPress as well. Now we can send it as it is into WordPress, okay, so that we can get that sent out. Now how else can we use this? Well, you can use this for things like product launches as well. If you want to do some things like launch tracking, say for example you go over to muncheye.com and you see the upcoming sort of JV offers, the upcoming product launches. There's one coming up for I think it's Mark Ling, and he's got something like $40,000 first prize. So maybe we want to get some content early onto the website. Maybe we want to go and just put in the name of his product with his name and put it into the search box and see if any questions come up for it. Yeah, probably not yet because it's like 1 month out, but when it gets closer, you're going to start to see some questions, and you can use it like that, and trying to get an early mover advantage in the search engines, which actually does help with the launch jacking kind of affiliate promotions. And you know, you put in a good headline like that, you know, we've got the best bonus, or check out our bonus before you buy it from somewhere else. Well, when a tool like that, or when a product like that is selling for like $2,000, then you can be making $1,000 commissions just from one sale. So when this kind of launch is happening, and you got all the major affiliates with really high traffic who are sending traffic, who are sending emails and creating a huge buzz for a product, and then people are going searching for the best bonus, you can be there, number one, and you can be getting sales. Okay, there's multiple ways that we can use this, but as a sort of niche tool, which I like to use it for sort of AdSense sites, this is perfect. Now, the people who basically go and get information and go and reverse engineer and go and try and do all this sort of geeky SEO stuff to figure out anything new with sort of Google SEO strategies or new features, etc. Like Moz search engine land, they've got all these kind of guys that like to go and reverse engineer the kind of geeky SEO, if you like, but they always come back with some takeaways. And what they have done with the featured snippets, there's not actually huge amounts of content about it, but there's very useful content out there about featured snippets. One of the things that was found was that if you have a Q&A section on your site and you do Q&A type articles, you're more likely to get in that featured snippets box. Okay, and the good thing as well is that for the featured snippet box, the highest percentage of the type of feature snippets that show, and there's three main types. You have like the paragraph, you have the list style post or the step-by-step type of post, and you have like comparison sort of chart or comparison table posts. Well, 90% of the snippets are actually paragraphs, which fits perfectly with what we are doing here. And you will also see something called suggested clips for YouTube videos as well. So what's really important about that for what we're doing here with Optimization Alpha is that we can have somebody speak this out if we want to, and we can put this into, or repurpose this into a video quite easy. You can do it yourself or you can get someone else to do it. But what's going to happen is that you will have the ability to use this as your closed captions, okay? Or you can go and find somebody else that's done something similar, use a video transcriber, put in the URL, and you can try transcribe it. And even better, what we can do is we can transcribe it into different languages as well. So you can see how this gets more and more powerful. We can compound on the power by using that, okay? What's also very, very cool is we have this button up here called Translate. Now, I want to do some major updates with this, and it's probably going to happen sometime in the next week, I would say. But what we can do is we can put in a video URL here, and we can do bulk update. And you can see this all languages here. Now, I don't know how many we got here, but this is actually a feature inside YouTube. That means that if you put a video up, and your video is in English, you can choose to translate into different languages. And all that's doing, in essence, is if somebody's searching in their own language and you have chosen a translation in here, then your content can show up. Even though your content is in English, it transcribes it so that it can be found in the search engines, in Google search engine in different countries. So if somebody's in Portugal or typing in Portuguese, or somebody's typing in Russian or typing in Japanese, and you have got this transcribe on, okay, and you can do this in bulk with this tool, then they can find your content. But even better, imagine this, okay, just imagine this. What if we could go and create some YouTube channels within our main Google account, okay? We have our main YouTube channel, which is, in my case, is going to be in English, okay? What if I go and create another 24 or 30 channels that were specific to these languages, okay? And what if I could assign, or the software could actually assign these languages to each channel? And what if I was able to spin that original video, create an automated thumbnail with the video title in that language? And when I say spin the video, it means changing the bite size of the video ever so slightly, but it works. It just makes it look like a different video, okay? And even when you're putting in the text within the thumbnail, it's going to make it look a different video as well, okay? And we could take this closed captions and we could use it for the description, okay? we can take the description that we've got, we can spin that, we can change it in different languages, we can do all kinds of different things here, okay? And we can change the video title as well. Now, what if we could do all of that and it all happened automatically? And so you had a video in Portuguese or for Portuguese language, which is still going to be your English video if you're speaking in English, but the title is going to be in Portuguese, description is going to be in Portuguese, the closed captions is going to be in Portuguese. Now, when we're taking that kind of approach to this, can you see how we're compounding even more? Okay, this is really powerful stuff, guys. Really powerful stuff. Now, we don't have that feature done yet for the languages, but it's something that I really want to get done. And if I want to get it done, it's because I want to use it, so it's going to get done, okay? And it will be done within the next week. Now, what we're also doing as well, and what you could also do with this, let me just show you very quickly. If I go into this section here to update a video, okay, and I put in my main channel in here. Okay, and I click on load the videos. I have to give it a few seconds to pull back these videos, and you can see it pulls back the videos with the thumbnails and everything. You can see what they look like. Now, what if I wanted to bulk update all of these? We're building in a bulk updater so you can go and change in this one section, and here in this one part of the tool you can go and changes, a little bit like the Yoast SEO plugin, the bulk editor. With YouTube especially, I find that I've had my channel now for, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but over the years I have changed the website that I was blogging from, or the domain that I was blogging from. There's a whole bunch of content in there that I might want to search within a tool like this and find that was about, you know, a course I did, or it was about something, a particular topic, that maybe I want to put the links now, you know, 5 years later or 6 years later. Maybe I want to change the links. Maybe I want to send the links to a blog post that I've got today that is relevant for 2018. Okay, so that gives me the option I can do that. So that's getting built in here as well. Now, what if as well, we could do all this in bulk, we could change it all, and then we can go and do the language stuff for the existing videos as well. So we get even more powerful. Time and time again, we're just getting more and more powerful, okay? And we can compound and get more traffic from different sources. Now, what's important about doing this, of course, is that we need to have good calls to action so that we can maximize the traffic that we got. You want to send people to go and get something that's of value in exchange for the email address, or get them onto a landing page to get a free WordPress plugin or whatever it might be that you want to give away, so that you can build your list, you can build your audience, you can get some retargeting pixels on your website at the same time, and some conversion pixels there, so you can see who did what, and you can follow through with the right kind of follow up with the right kind of content that they're interested in. So there's many ways that we can use this. This is a fantastic tool, just got made 100 times more powerful with this one feature here. Now, I do not know any other tool that can do this. There might be, I do not think so. So this is the only place that you are able to get such a tool. Now, we did try to build this in a WordPress plugin. It was taking too long. So I decided we were going to build it into Optimization Alpha, because this was due an update, as it's a 2-year-old tool, so it's time for a major update. So there's a lot coming for Optimization Alpha. We will give a free version of this Google related questions section. Okay, this Google related questions section that we give out is going to be limited. It is going to be limited. You're going to have to do them one by one, your questions, okay? Whereas we've got the automation to go as deep as we want here. We will probably build in extra deep sort of scraping for the main tool, so that it gets more and more powerful. But we will give away a copy of this, and it was just going to be the question and perhaps this part here where you can upload into WordPress, for example. We cannot give it all away, but we can give you a part of it just to sample what we can do with it. Now, this could be really powerful even at with just 4 or 8 or 12 search users that you can get in here to be able to pull back good enough information that you can send over to your WordPress site and just see if it's ranking. See if you can get ranking for some of those keywords before you even build out the text. Okay, just change some of it so that you can build it out later if you start getting rankings for a particular keyword phrase. Okay, so if you've got Niche Reaper and you've got Longtail Pro where you can expand it like I showed you, and you know which kind of questions or which kind of keywords you want to find questions on so that you can build out an article that is really, really relevant, that is optimized essentially by Google in here, then you can do that. But we're not finished there. If I go back into the imported keywords, now what you can see here is some of these keywords are in blue. Okay, they're in blue because they have been mentioned in here 2 times. What qualifies for a service dog, and it's got at the end what qualifies for a service dog. If I remove one of these, that becomes green. See that? I've actually got that keyword in here twice. Okay, but you can see it becomes green. So you can keep yourself optimized. You can see exactly what you're doing. You can see what keywords you're missing that you might want to make sure you're not missing. You can also do it with the LSI keywords. We scrape LSI keywords as well. So if I put in here the word puppies, you can see it's going to turn green. Okay, so you can make sure you've got your LSI keywords within your articles as well and make it as relevant as possible so that we've got very, very on topic, high relevancy articles that is going to help us to get rankings. Okay, very powerful stuff. Okay, now to get the free version, which is going to be very limited, we haven't actually separated or segregated any part of this yet. We will try and do that over the next sort of 2 or 3 days. We're still working on some other stuff at the moment, but I will make a very, very limited free version of the Google related question scraper. You will have to opt in to be able to get it. Okay, and you will have to stay opted in to be able to use it, because every time you try to use it, it's going to ask you for your email, and if you have opted out, then, or if your email has bounced within the autoresponder system, our software will recognize it. It won't let you in until you put a proper email in there. Okay, we might even do it with the Facebook registration, just to try and avoid people giving us email addresses that don't really exist. Okay, the purpose of doing this is so that I can follow up and give you more training. Sure, I do affiliate offers. That's part of the monetization of our business. When we're selling tools like this, especially when we're selling tools like Video Send Alpha, for example, that we have maintained for 4 years, that we sold originally for just $197 when you compare it to Traffic Geyser, which I don't even think exists anymore. That sold for $2,000 and it did not create accounts. We've got automated account creators. We've got all that kind of stuff that we need to maintain. So of course, yeah, from time to time, we're going to find offers that we feel are suitable to go and promote, and we will make money on it. Okay, and it's not even from time to time. It could be every day, it could be every 2 days. If the products that come up fit my list, if I think it's a great offer. This week, for example, there was Vipercache, which is a great plugin. It speeds up your WordPress site, tons of case studies. I even tested it on my own site. There's actually a review on my blog that you can see me actually doing it, and it speeded up my site quite a lot. Okay, so I knew it worked. It was selling for $47 for a year. Great price. It takes 30 seconds to set up. Of course I was going to promote that. Okay, we had another offer just a couple of days earlier, which was for the Tiger Press WordPress themes. 15 really high quality local WordPress themes for $67 one-time price. That was a hell of a deal. It was 85% discount. Of course I was going to promote that. Okay, so when we see something, or when I see something that I think is worth promoting, then myself and Tanya, that's why I'm saying myself and Tanya will put together a promotion. Usually it's going to be some kind of a review post or just an information post about that kind of product. I will rate it, honestly, because I do not want to promote or make a blog post or a review about anything I don't like. So obviously it's going to have high ratings, because it will never get reviewed, or it will never even get mentioned if I don't like it. So, you know, when I'm doing those promotions, it's for products that I would buy myself, and for products that I think are high value. products that I think can help your business and mine, okay? So if I see that, I'm going to promote it. It's part of our business, okay? And it helps us to maintain these tools as well, so that we can make them better and better and better. Now, one more thing before I finish up. I know it's been like 30-minute video, but this is really, really, really important. Now, we created a tool called Social Link Genesis. If I just show you, let me just jump over to Video Send Alpha here for a second. You can see I'm running some accounts in here. Now, what I did with the bulk profiles created in here is I took out some sites that I knew we were not able to create accounts on, and I made it just for established video sites. So I've got like 5 sites I'm creating 37 profiles on right now. If I bring that timer down for the time in between creating the profiles, and I click the profiles, what I've just done is I have told the software to go and create 37 profiles with 5 accounts in Dailymotion, PhotoBucket, MetaCafe, MP4 upload, and Get here. Okay, now you can see there's a consistency here. Okay, you can see again. I haven't fixed anything here. This is just the way it is. Now, I've been running this since last night. So if I go over into my home tab over here, and I come over to the Video Send Alpha tab, and I clear here all these accounts. Now, what I can do is I can import these accounts that I've been creating, just 37 or 33 profiles at a time, and letting them finish. And I click on import. Now you can see I've got 949 accounts there. How long did it take me to go and create those profiles? I click on that, bring my time down to 1. Okay, I click on create the profiles. That's it. I mean, seriously, very, very easy. The thing is, these take a lot of maintenance to keep up. So we built a tool called Social Link Genesis. Right, now Social Link Genesis, we have given some copies out. We're actually going to create new branding for it. It's not going to be called Social Link Genesis. I'm going to call it Backlink Alpha. Okay, so it fits in with the rest of the branding that we've got. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because what we have done with that particular tool is we are able to go and create up to 30 accounts at the moment, but we are hiring somebody else to come in. Okay, and that other person that is coming in, their job will be just to maintain the account creation within that particular tool as well, which will be called Backlink Alpha, which is currently called Social Link Genesis. Okay, what will happen is you have got in there social bookmarks, and you've got in there Web 2.0 sites. Okay, it also creates video sharing sites, but we're not putting the Video Send Alpha tool in there. We're not going to do video posting from there, but you can post to Web 2.0 sites, and you can post to social bookmark sites. So essentially it's a social bookmark tool, completely automated social bookmark tool. Okay, it's probably got about 14 or 15 social bookmark sites. It's got 5 or 6 or 7 video sharing sites, and it's got Web 2.0. I think the way that it is at the moment, it's only got 4 in there, but there's actually more in there. They just haven't been assigned to the correct tab right now, which we will do over the next few days as well. So what we want to do with that, because we're bringing somebody else in, is update it weekly. So every week it gets an update, it gets checked out, we get new accounts added as and when we can find accounts that we can work with. Okay, but the most important thing is we maintain the accounts that the sites that we work with to automatically create these accounts. But to do that, we're going to have to charge money for it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to release that particular tool. To get the extra sites and to get the weekly updates, it's going to be a different license key. The other tools will still have the account creators in them, and we will still maintain them, but it's going to be periodically for those. At the moment, it's something like every sort of 8 to 10 weeks, or even 12 weeks sometimes, before we get to updating them again. And those tools will stay within the main alpha tools. But if you want to get updated version of the account creator, okay, how you can do that is you can purchase that. Probably from next week we will have that one ready. Okay, and that one will be updated weekly, and we will add more sites. So we've only got maybe 7 video sharing sites in this one at the moment. We want to have more. Okay, 2 of them are not working. They need to be updated. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that we will be working on. So we'll be updating, extra doing extra maintenance to keep it as up to date as possible. If we cannot work with the site because it doesn't have an API or we can't get it to work properly, we have to remove it, we have to replace it. It's just the way it is. But 4 years later, since if you bought this in, I think it was 2014 when we released this, then you paid something like $50 a year so far, and probably it's going to be $25 a year in 4 years' time, which is really great value when you consider what other people are charging for less powerful products, for far more inferior products in many ways. And we've got some great tools in here, and it's still being maintained, and it still works very well. Okay, so you can see the power of this. Now, if we can go and add more video sharing sites, and we can maintain them weekly, then it gets really powerful. But that will be the same for the Web 2.0 sites, for the social bookmark sites as well. So just the heads up on that one. So we've been 35 minutes in this. I hope you got some value from what I showed you. We will release a free sort of limited version of this particular tool, and that you can do some parts. Of course, it's not going to be the full optimization alpha suite. Of course, it's not going to have all of these different tabs in it. They might still be there, but it might say that you need to upgrade to be able to use them. But we will figure out a way, because I want to get as many people onto an email list as possible. That's what I'm doing this for. From my own sort of standpoint, I want to build an email list of people that understand the power of this, and who have a major interest in SEO, because some of you know that I decided I'm not going to do any more sort of JVZoo type launches. It brings in the wrong kind of people for my kind of products, okay? And the way that these sales copy guys want to write your sales pages, it makes it sound completely different from what it really is. So that gives me a whole bunch of untargeted kind of audience that I don't want to have to nurture, okay? What I'm looking for is to build my email list, and I'll be really open and honest and upfront about this, okay? So I will give away a tool that is high value like this in exchange for an email address, so that I know that I'm building my email list of people who are more targeted, who are more suitable for my kind of training, for my kind of products, okay? And at the same time, that gives me a larger audience where I can sell other tools, or where I can do promotions for deals that we get. So if there's another SEO guy who's got a great SEO product and he wants to give us a discount for doing a webinar, yeah, then that's great. Then of course I can make more money to help to maintain the tools, and to make money. That's what we're here for, guys. Yeah. So I don't need to hide anything. I don't need to shock people by saying, hi, I want to make money, I'm going to do affiliate promotions. Of course I am. That's what we're here for. We're here to make money. That's why we all get into internet marketing. But we can do that in exchange for promoting only highest quality products, and in exchange for an email address, I will give away a high quality product at the same time too. Okay, so if you're in with that and you're okay with that, then you will be able to get a hold of this. But I'm warning you, if you unsubscribe, or if you give us an email address that's going to bounce, we will know, and you will not get access until you put a proper email address in. Okay, thanks.